Welcome to IQ Checker YouTube channel, home of science quizzes and IQ tests.
So this video is an introductory video for revision in preparation for this year's October-November IGCSE Biology. So just move straight to question 1. Question 1 says, some processes carried out by living organisms are listed. We have 1 egestion, 2 excretion, 3 reproduction, and 4 respiration. So which processes are carried out by all living organisms? By all living organisms. So all living organisms does not ingest. Okay? Then we have excretion, we have reproduction, we have respiration. So automatically 2, 3, and 4 is a correct answer. 2, 3, and 4 is a correct answer. So we move straight to question 2. Question 2 says, the scientific name for humans is Homo sapiens. What does Homo refer to? And in scientific naming of organisms, the first name is the genus, while the second name is the species. So automatically, the name here is the genus. Is a correct answer. So we'll proceed to question 3. Question 3 says, which row is correct for arthropod classification? Arthropod classification, that's where we have all these arthropod groups: arachnids, crustaceans, insects, and myriapods. So option A, arachnids. Antenna present? No, that is correct. Number of body parts? 2, that is correct. Number of legs, so the number of legs makes our option A wrong. Then we have the crustaceans. Antenna, yes, some of them do. Number of body parts? 3, no. That makes crustaceans incorrect. Then we now have insects. Antenna present, yes. Number of body parts correct. Number of legs correct. So our option C, all the details given are correct. So we have insects, we have antenna, number of body parts 3, and number of legs 6. Okay, then we'll now move straight to question 4. Question 4 says, in a mesophyll cell, where are chloroplasts found? Okay, chloroplasts are always found in the cytoplasm of the cell. Chloroplasts are always found in the cytoplasm of the cell. So this will now take us to question 5. Yes, question 5 says, the cell shown in the diagram has been magnified 3,000 times. The diagram is 21 millimeters wide. What is the actual diameter of the cell? So to find the actual diameter of the cell is to divide the image size. These are image size by the magnification. Okay, so if you do this, we'll be having 21 over 3,000. So option B is the correct answer. So this will now take us to question 6. Question 6 says, the diagram shows how cell appears under the microscope at the start of an experiment and after it has been placed in a dilute solution of salt for 5 minutes. So we have the two diagrams, and the question says, which statement explains what happens? So we have option A, dissolved salts enter the cell by diffusion. Option B, dissolved salts leave the cell by diffusion. Option C, water enters the cell by osmosis. And if we take a good look at the diagrams again, there is an enlargement from this to this. Okay, this one is enlarged. And why is it enlarged? Definitely there is a movement of water into the cell. Alright, so because of this movement of water, and water moves into the cell by osmosis, that makes our option C correct. Water moves into the cell by osmosis. This will now take us to question 7. Question 7 says, what causes the diffusion of oxygen into a plant cell? Diffusion of oxygen is as a result of movement of molecules. It's not by active transport, does not require energy for that, does not require semi-permeable membrane, it's not as a result of photosynthesis. This is as a result of movement of molecules into a plant cell. Now we'll now move straight to question 8. Question 8 says, what is the color change shown by Benedict's solution when heated with a reducing sugar? So, reducing sugar definitely turn blue Benedict solution to red. So it turns a blue Benedict solution to red. So blue to red. That's our perfect answer. Not blue to purple, not brown to blue black, and blue black for space or starch, and not red to yellow. So this will now take us to question 9. Says the diagram shows the digestive system. So which part absorbs the most water? So the part that absorbs the most water, I'll have to show the diagram completely. And here we go. A is the stomach. And B is the large intestine. Right? D is the small intestine. Okay, then C is the anus. Now, looking at all these parts, absorption takes place in the small intestine. So, majority of the absorptions take place in the small intestine, and that is why option D is our correct answer. The 10 says the graph shows the effect of temperature on the activity of 4 different enzymes, which are P, Q, R, and S. Which conclusion about the data in the graph is correct? So option A, enzyme P and Q are both active at 25. At 25 degrees Celsius, you can see that enzyme P has already been inactivated. Okay, that's lost its catalytic activity. So that makes our option A to be wrong. And option B, enzyme RNAs are both active at 75. This is 75, and if you look at it, at least to an extent, R and S are still active, which makes option B still valid. But let's still look at the other options. Option C says enzyme P has an optimum temperature at 0 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, P is just kicking off its activity, so it is not the optimum temperature. That makes this option wrong. Then enzyme has an optimum temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. Above 100 degrees Celsius is already denatured, so it render this invalid. So our perfect answer here is option B. And this will now take us to question 11. Question 11 says, which color does hydrogen carbonate indicator turn if the carbon dioxide concentration is increased? Increase in temperature will make hydrogen carbonate indicator to turn yellow. That's what it's turned to. High concentration of carbon dioxide in hydrogen carbonate will turn the solution to yellow. So this will now take us to question 12. Question 12 says that the diagram shows a test tube at the start and at the end of an enzyme experiment. So we have a test tube with enzyme and substrate, and we have the product and enzyme. So at the end of the experiment, the mixture in the test tube contains glycerol. So we have glycerol as a product here. Glycerol as a product here. So what do you think would be the substrate of glycerol? You should know that the substrate of glycerol will be fat, otherwise called lipid. Okay, now if lipid is a substrate, definitely the enzyme will be lipase. Now considering these two facts, we'll now go back to our options. Option A, we have amylase and fat. Amylase does not produce glycerol as a product. That makes option A wrong. Amylase produces glucose, and from the question, the product is glycerol. That makes this statement wrong. Then option C, we have lipase and fat. So lipase and fat, option C gives us the perfect answer. And this is also wrong. Lipase does not act on. Okay, so that is that. Then we now move straight to question 13. Question 13 says the diagram shows the teeth in the lower jaw of a human. Which tooth is a molar? So let us quickly name these teeth from option A. We start from option B. We have the incisors. We have the canine. We have the premolar. So automatically option D is our correct answer here. Molar. Then we'll now move straight to question 14, which says what is meant by chemical digestion? So chemical digestion, first of all, you should know it is the breakdown of insoluble molecules into small soluble molecules. So that automatically makes our first option to be correct. So if you want to take a look at the other options, large soluble molecules broken down into insoluble, of course not. It is from insoluble to soluble so that it can be absorbed. That makes this statement wrong. Small insoluble molecules are built up. It's not building up, it's breaking down. Chemical digestion is to break down. Small soluble molecules are built up. No, it's not building up. It's rather breaking down. Then we move straight to question 15. Question 15 says, which food is a good source of vitamin C? A good source of vitamin C, carbohydrate, bread is carbohydrate, and cheese is fat, chicken, fat, oranges. Correct. Vitamin C, oranges are good sources of vitamin C. Now have question 16. What is a description of transpiration? Transpiration, if you know, transpiration has to do with the release of water vapor from plants through the leaves. So automatically it is not option A, it's not exchange of gases. Transpiration is release of water vapor. That is correct. And it is not movement of water from the roots to the leaves. No, it is not movement of the water through cells. So option B is a correct answer. So we now move straight to question 17, which says parts of a plant are listed. We have 1 mesophyll, 2 root cortex cells, 3 root hair cells, and 4 xylem cells. Now the question is, what is the pathway taken by water in the plant? What is the pathway taken by water in the plant? So first of all, the root hair cells absorbs the water molecule. Okay, when it absorbs, it moves to the root cortex cells. So from the root cortex cells, it now moves to the xylem vessels. Then from the xylem vessels, it now moves to the mesophyll cells. So we have we have 3, 2, 4, 1. So automatically option A is wrong, option B is wrong, option C is wrong, and we have our option C as correct answer. So water move from the root hair cells to the root cortex cells, then to the xylem vessels, and finally to the mesophyll cells. Then we now have question 18. Question 18 says, parts of the human circulatory system are listed. We have arteries, capillaries, heart, and veins. The question now is, which structures have valves to ensure one-way flow of blood? Valves to ensure the one-way flow of blood. Arteries don't have valves. Capillaries don't have valves. The heart does, and the vein. Option A, option A, option A, option A, option A is wrong. Option B is wrong. Option C is wrong. So our correct option is option D, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is the perfect answer. Then we now move to question 19. Question 19 says, Which type of cells produce antibodies? Antibodies are produced by the white blood cells, not ciliated, not platelets, not red blood cells, but the white blood cells. Then, finally, in this video, now we'll be looking at question 20. Question 20 says, what is an example of transmissible disease? Transmissible disease definitely is not coronary heart disease. AIDS is transmissible. AIDS is transmissible. So not liver and not scurvy. So this is where we're going to stop in this video. Continue from question 21 in our next video. Thank you for watching. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.